how the heck did they put it? Some, in there somewhere. Engineer, high pressure steam engineering.
Okay.
And in case you want, this is our emblem. We had Desdid 302.
Oh, okay. Okay. All right. That's awesome. All right. All right. So
I don't know how many people tried to get that from me, but I wouldn't let it go.
no, it looks pretty. It's a nice emblem there. That's pretty nice. Yeah. The bull and all. Yeah.
Then while on the way back from Korea, we crossed the international date line. We crossed the equator.
Okay.
With all the initiations
Okay.
to go along with it.
Okay.
Don't ask.
Okay.
And it made, the service made a man of us.
Okay.
It transferred a bunch of boys, you might say, 18, 19, 20 years old, into a bunch of men.
Okay.
Who took responsibility, who learned how to follow orders, although we didn't like to, but, you know, we did.
Okay.
And they controlled our life.
Okay.
But it worked out just beautifully. It worked out very nicely.
Great. Great. Okay. Now, let's just say after basic training, after Camp Elliott, and then you moved to Rhode Island.
Yeah.
How was it adapting to this new life? I mean, after you got to Rhode Island, you got on the ship, was there any uniqueness adapting to military life? How did you do that?
You mean into civilian life?
No, not into military life. You know.
It worked out all right because we lived aboard ship.
Okay.
We didn't live on the beach.
Okay.
We lived aboard ship. And if we went on Liberty, we took the Liberty boat in. We were tied up out in the bay.
Okay.
And we took this Liberty boat in, and we spend the day or spend a couple of days if we had the Liberty for a couple of days.
Okay. Being at sea, I guess did you adjust to just being at sea? Because most of us civilians, we on land all the time, but then we go and live on a boat, and that's that's how long it took you to adjust to that.
I loved it.
Did you?
Oh, I loved it. The rougher it got, the better I liked it.
Oh, okay. You're a pure Navy man.
Oh, yeah. I mean, there was some times that we were out there, and the seas got so rough. You didn't have time to get sick. You didn't have time to let go of anything, keep from falling down or being shoved from one end of the engine room to the other. I mean, it was rough.
Oh.
That ship was taking rolls, 30, 35 degree rolls. It was pitching, I would say, anywhere from 40 degrees to about 40, 50 degrees up and down, and especially going in between the swells there. It was rough. It was rough.
But you adapted to it and you enjoyed it.
Oh yeah, and everybody else, got sick and this, that, and the other thing. I loved it.
Okay. Well, good.
There was one storm that I'll never forget. Was Cape Hatteras. We were taking waves. I don't know, those waves must have been at least 40, 50 feet high, and going over the waves and coming back down. The screws of the ship, propellers of the ship, left the water completely. And I was down on the engine, on the throttles, and when that happens, they got you got no pressure pushing, so you had to shut off the steam to the turbines real quick so they wouldn't go crazy. And then when it went back into the water, you had to open it back up again. I was busy.
Yeah, you were. Yeah,
I was busy.
You had to be alert too.
And we were below decks, and all we could see or here, we didn't see anything because we were all watertight conditioned there, was the depth charges. They broke loose from the racks back on the fantail, and you can hear those things, which were primed, rolling back and forth across the main deck and hitting bulkheads, this, that, and the other thing. It's enough to scare you.
That would be a little scary, I think.
And then we had 2 lifeboats with lifeboats and life rafts. The lifeboats naturally was for the officers, but the storms the waves come along and took those boats, the motor boats that were on blocks and tackles and up above, and it took the hawsers, the ropes were, I bet you they were about 2.5, 3 inches in diameter. It snapped them like they were a piece of string. The bow guard got around the main deck. It was 3/4 inch bow guard, bulletproof supposedly.